What's going on? Dylan Conrad, Metabolic Mama Method. Today I'm going to talk to you about what the F is the Mama Macro Method. Before I get into that, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, turn notifications on, Spotify, iTunes, turn notifications on, hit that bell button, follow. All helps the algorithm, help more moms like you. Cool. So before I get into this, if you're new to the podcast, the YouTube channel, a little bit about me. My name is Dylan Conrad. I'm the owner of DC Fitness. We run a program called the Metabolic Mama Method, and our program is focused on empowering moms to lose, with the knowledge and the skills, to lose 15 pounds or more, skyrocket the energy without cutting out fun foods, meals out, alcohol, or having to go to the gym. We use methods that work with human behavior, with the mama metabolism, with the mama new set of the hormones that you have, and with the mama lifestyle that most other, if not all, programs do not do. Who am I? I've been coaching for over 15 years. I have over 850 specific mom successful transformations. About 5,000 people have been through my program. So in terms of the Mama Macro Method, sorry if you see me keep looking over. I put notes. I tend to ramble because I have horrible ADHD, and it's tough with a toddler in the background. If you hear my daughter screaming right now, to actually focus on the stuff. So I have my notes in front of me. If you see me break eye contact, I apologize for that. So what is the Mama Macro Method? The Mama Macro Method is broken up into three parts. We have the Mama Macros, we have the Mama Metabolic Priming, and then we have the Mama Intuitive Eating System, right? So it's three different phases. So phase number one is the Mama Macros. What are macros? Macros are short for macronutrients, and macronutrients comprise of protein, carbs, and fats. Now, each protein, carb, and fat that's weighed out in grams is going to have a calorie component with it. 4 calories per gram of protein, 4 calories per gram of carbs, and then 9 calories per gram of fat. Okay, so that's kind of like the 1,000-foot overview of macros. Now, why do we use this? A couple reasons. One is, when we control the variables, we can control your outcome, right? So we can control the partitioning of protein, carb, and fat and find out what specifically is working for you as a mom. We can control your outcome, your rate of fat loss, get you at 1 to 3 pounds per week, skyrocket your energy, just have you build overall better health. The biggest hormonal imbalance we always see is due to inadequate protein intake. So that is very important into our program. How I developed it, so I came across macros in like 2010, tried it myself. I was never successful, to be honest with you. I was, as an overweight trainer until about 2018 when I started working with my coach. Maybe it was earlier than that. I can't remember the exact date. Shout out Huggy. You probably don't listen to this, but shout out to you. Worked with them forever. But anyways, so I didn't really get macros down until I hired a coach and figured out how to fit into my lifestyle. And so what I learned from that is that, one, what gets measured gets managed, right? So if we're measuring our food, our protein, carbs, and fats, we are going to be able to manage our outcome. The other thing I realized is that human behavior states that we are going to stick to habits that are enjoyable and are realistic. And the Mama Macro Method and macros in general allow us to eat fun foods, meals out, drink alcohol, and basically have what we want in moderation, as long as it fits into our macros, right? We have a percent, or we have a total amount of grams per day that we are trying to hit. It's kind of like puzzles. If you like puzzles, you'll love the macro set method. So the next part, so the macros, that's the quickest and most efficient way to lose about 1 to 3 pounds of pure fat per week from our experience of coaching and just kind of where the research is right now on all the macros. The coolest part is you are going to hit plateaus inevitably. Like, that is just going to happen. It's just kind of the name of the game in your transformation. Having macros allows us to manipulate your protein, carb, and fat, your overall calorie intake, to continue to lose and break through these plateaus. And so every mom is going to, if you're insulin resistant or insulin sensitive, if you respond to higher or lower protein, higher or lower fat, it's going to allow us to really make this objective to actually see results on it. Okay, so that's the Mama Macro system. Okay, so next, what I realized when doing this was that if you do it for long enough, right, and you're eating in a calorie deficit long enough on macros, your metabolism is going to downregulate. And once we would have clients get to their goal weight, they would gain it back because they weren't building their metabolism back up. So how do we do that? There's a system called reverse dieting, which is basically our metabolic priming phase, where we slowly and structurally build more food into your overall allotment in a way that is going to keep you or get you even leaner while building up calories. So you're basically able to eat a lot more food. You have a lot more calories. You're burning. You're like a metabolic furnace at this point. You know, if we're dieting someone down 1,400 calories, we're building them usually back up to about 1,800 to 2,200. Obviously going to depend on the person, genetics, stuff like that. Lifestyle, sedentary, active, what their workouts are like, athleticism. There's a lot of different factors that go into that, but that's where we're typically building. So it allows us to eat a lot of food and not fall off and gain body fat back and not gain the weight back once they finish the Mama Macro method. So that's kind of like the gap that we saw, and a lot of programs out there are just going to bomb metabolisms and not build it back up. So that's phase 2, right, is the metabolic priming. What I realized about this is that you still have to log your food and weigh it out, and sometimes that could be a pain in the ass. And yeah, you're still able to have meals out, and it makes it much more enjoyable and sustainable, but you already hit your goal at this point, right? And so that's kind of like after you've done macros, we don't start reverse dieting until they hit their body fat goal, right? So once we do that, we build it in metabolism. After that, we realize, okay, cool, like this is great, but we don't want our clients to, and we don't want to just keep logging food for the rest of our lives. And so we developed the instinctual eating method, which is a adjustment of intuitive eating, which basically allows you to eat intuitively, eat like in a way that's second nature, but allows you to maintain your physique and your metabolism the way it should be. And this is a whole process we teach, has components of mindful eating, intuitive eating, and just basically biofeedback in terms of hunger cues, fullness cues, to really maintain your weight without having to do anything like logging your food or anything like that. So that's the whole system, kind of front to back of our whole system. Our goal is to have our clients go through this once and never have to do it again. Obviously, lives, and sometimes like whatever happens and you put a couple pounds of body fat on, you have the skills and the knowledge to actually get back down. So this is what we found had worked for mom behavior and the metabolism and the physiology overall to get them lean, keep them lean for the rest of their lives. So anyways, hope this helps. Hope this really breaks down the Mama Macro method and really just kind of paints that picture of what it actually looks like and what it is. So I talked about it a lot. If you are on Instagram, follow me, Dylan A. Conrad, spelled like Bob Dylan, A, and then Conrad. I post a lot about the Mama Macro method, specifically my cheat meals with how that fits into my macros, so you can learn more about how to do that into your current lifestyle. Anyways, I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day.